भारत में व्हाट्सएप के यूजर्स हैं 53 करोड़, यूट्यूब यूजर्स आर 44.8 करोड़, फेसबुक यूजर्स आर 41 करोड़, इंस्टाग्राम यूजर्स आर 21 करोड़ and Twitter user are 1.75 crores. This is a good number. We are very happy about it. Indian users are using these platforms and they are also making good business case. Welcome. But what has happened, as I indicated in the very beginning, concerns are being raised over the years about rampant abuse of these social media platforms.
The government has announced new rules for social media platforms, OTT players and digital media. They will regularize the use and abuse of popular online platforms. Here's a simple breakdown of the new government guidelines.
These rules, which are called the Information Technology Rules for 2021, apply not just to social media firms and intermediaries, but they also apply to digital media websites, news websites which have come up in the last few years and are online only. And they also apply to OTT platforms, which is over-the-top content players such as, your Netflix, your Amazon Prime Video, or Palaji. Everyone is covered by these new rules, which also include a digital media ethics code. The government said that they've put out these laws because they felt that there's some regulation which is needed for social media companies. Now, this is a topic of debate worldwide, not just in India. And various countries are taking different kinds of paths regarding how to regulate big tech companies. The government says that they've been receiving a lot of complaints about, women being harassed, their photos being shared, people being defamed on the internet, and nobody seems to be doing something about it. That's why they have come up with this code, and that they want companies to self-regulate and in order to ensure that users are not harmed. Now, with regard to social media intermediaries, the rules are actually taking away some of the safe harbor that they've typically enjoyed under the IT Act and holding them more accountable for the content that is uploaded on these sites by their users. With regard to social media intermediaries, the rules are actually making a distinction between what is a significant one and what is a regular social media intermediary. Now, the number which will decide who becomes a significant social media intermediary has not yet been decided by the government, but it's likely to be someone with more than 50 lakh users. That will mean that most players will actually be covered under the significant social media intermediary part of the rules. The rules also call for social media intermediaries to have a grievance officer, a compliance officer, to have monthly reports or, showing whether they've complied with some of the complaints that have been against them. It basically says that, users can raise issues if they feel that there is content which is against them, which is defamatory. And basically says that social media intermediaries cannot host content which is, raising questions about the integrity of India, about the security of India, content which is sexually explicit, content which harms women, harms children. All of that kind of content which is typically illegal cannot be hosted by them, and they need to proactively make sure that this is removed, and they need to make a monthly report to show that they are actually doing what they say. Companies will also have to remove any prohibited content within 36 hours of receiving a notice from the government agency. Remember, this includes content which is threatening security of India, which is harming children, harming women, is racially or ethnically objectionable, deals with gambling, promotes money laundering. So any of that which is contrary to laws of India, that content will have to be removed within 36 hours of a notice from the government. Now, companies will have to actually acknowledge these reports or complaints from users within 24 hours, and the grievance officer will have to ensure that something is done about it and they are resolved within 15 days at the very least. Well, for one, they will have to give the originator of a message if and when the need arises for such issues. This means that, WhatsApp might be required to break end-to-end encryption, because end-to-end encryption means that nobody can read the contents of the message and they don't even know who is sending what message to whom. So WhatsApp doesn't actually collect that data, and this poses a new set of problems for the app. Remember, it has over 500 million users in India, and it's still very popular despite the whole uproar over the privacy policy. Again, we'll have to see how WhatsApp actually adapts to these new rules and what it will mean for other end-to-end encrypted apps such as Signal, which was also gaining popularity in India. Now, OTT platforms such as your Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, they will also have to keep a tighter watch on the content that they are uploading on their platforms. The government says this is being done to ensure that there's some kind of level playing field, because films are typically censored in India. There's a censor board. The government says that they want them to self-regulate, that they want these platforms to self-regulate, and that they should categorize the content based on whether it is suitable for 13-year-olds, 16-year-olds, or whether it's meant for adults. So all adult content they will have to make sure that a child cannot see it. They should have parental locks. According to the rules, by the way, anyone under 18 is considered to be a child, and they'll have to add labels to content. With regard to users, the rules are designed to empower users. If you feel that your content has been unfairly blocked on, say, a particular platform, you can raise a issue with the grievance officer around this. Companies will be required to tell you what they've done on the basis of your complaint as well. So all of that might actually help users. Now, if you find that someone is posting content, say for women, if their personal photos are being shared on a platform, they can actually raise a complaint to the platform and say, hey, you need to do something about it, and even eventually demand that was something actually done about it. Did the company even comply with these with the complaint? Because very often users don't know who to turn to when, say, intimate pictures of them are being shared on a platform, or say rumors are being spread about them. So in that way, it can empower users. But it also means that users also need to keep in mind what content that they are uploading on these platforms. They also need to make sure that they're not uploading anything which is illegal or which can be considered illegal.